Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bethesda Unpatched. This is episode number 6, and I want to apologize for missing. I did say 6, right? Yeah. Okay.
I did say 6.
He put his fingers up, and I got confused.
Our YouTube watchers, Seth.
I am Joe the Widget, and I am joined by the space trucker extraordinaire of awesomeness, Mr. Kilo.
That's me.
That's
I mess up my co-host on the intro, and I'm just
that's the way it works, man.
Agent of chaos.
Makes it fun. So last week I decided to dive into the video a little bit more and try to learn video editing a little bit more and make it a little bit more entertaining to watch. So I did that and kind of got a gauge of how much time I need to do the video edit, because we record on Thursday nights. We release the audio version Friday morning. Because the audio I can do in my sleep. That's just no problem at all. But the video I'm still learning. So I wanted to add extra goodies. So I took some time and learned how to do it and did some more jokes in the show. And it takes me until about Saturday afternoon to finish all that up. So we're releasing the YouTube version, the full video edited version, Saturday nights at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm still learning, so I'm still improving the process as we go. And if anyone wants to volunteer to do our video editing, that's accomplished video editor, yeah, hit me up. I don't mind learning it. It's a good skill to learn, but it's a pain. So yeah, we did
nice to have somebody who's, completely versed in it. Sure.
Yeah, makes it look actually professional and not kind of janky and threw together. I try, man. I do my best.
You do.
Yeah, I got super sick last week. Sicker than I can remember being sick. It was terrible. I almost had to go to the hospital 2 or 3 times. That kind of bad. Got really worried about it. Thankfully I didn't, and by Friday I was starting to feel a lot better. So, and now I'm 100%. Just about. I had to go get my lower right side checked out because I was getting a whole lot of pressure and back pain from it, and that's the appendix down there, and I never had mine removed, so my doctor told me to come in because
it's a party.
Said I might have appendicitis, but thankfully I do not, so we're good. Everything's cool.
Well, that's good.
And I go to the doctor maybe once every 2 years, so so much fun. So sorry we missed the episode. I was really bad. There was no way I was able to record that night. I was starting to get better, but I was still just out. I wouldn't have been able to edit. It was just a no-go. So I apologize for that, but we're back, and we got a really good episode for you guys tonight. We did an interview with one of our favorite modders. He's done some of the best mods out there, in my opinion, honestly.
Yeah.
Full honestly.
That's right.
And I always mess up his name, Bryn. Right?
Bryn.
Yeah,
you got
Bryn.
it.
Got it.
First try.
So
Chaos Burn.
Yeah. He does.
Or no, Chaos Burn is backwards. Chaos Nerb, that's what it is.
Chaos Nerb, yeah.
Kaos. No relation to our show network name.
One of our favorite Brits. He's an awesome guy. Great modder. He does Aventech and a whole bunch of others.
Yep.
So we're going to play that interview, that talk with him for you guys a little bit later down the show after we do the news. And am I missing anything on the housekeeping stuff? I think we're good.
No, I think that's it. That's all we got today.
Okay. I have a lot of play because I reloaded Skyrim, so I'll get into that and more Fallout 76 shenanigans. So while I was getting better over last weekend, I played games. When I was actually able to do anything more than sit on my lazy boy chair and die.
Right. Well, we're glad that you recovered.
Yeah, me too. So we'll get into that. It's a whole new game now for me, and it's cool. But first, we're going to dive into the news. What do we got, my co-host?
Well, we got a few things. We talked with Richard Griffiths of Kingath Creations, talking about their Fallout for Hope charity stream. And Fallout for Hope doesn't just do Alzheimer's and obviously does other things throughout the year. Well, they recently did a charity stream, 4-hour stream with GCX, which is another charity that works with St. Jude's Hospital for Children. Raised $8,100 for them, which is just awesome.
That's amazing. If all the charities out there in this world, St. Jude's by far one of my favorites, what they do.
Yep.
And if you don't know what they are, they're a children's hospital. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, go for it, man.
Children's hospital, and what the big thing about them is they pay for all the medical treatments for these kids with cancer when the parents cannot afford it. So all the charity and donations that go to them is what pays for that treatment for these kids, and I think it's amazing.
No, that's absolutely awesome, and I was really happy to see that. I believe I saw that through Civil Fallout on Instagram. Fallout for Hope, of course. You can find them on their social media, and also check out GCX on theirs. They do all these great causes all the time. So check them out if you wanna help out.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
Awkward segue, by the way. I'm looking at the next one. I'm like, I could have ordered that a little differently. The father of Elder Scrolls, Julian LeFay, has stepped back from game development due to cancer.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and according to news, I mean, this guy goes way back. He joined Bethesda back in like '87. He's been with them for a long time.
Really cool guy,
and
too.
Unfortunately, he's progressed to the point where he just wants to spend time with his family. So our hearts definitely go out to him and his family. And if you get the opportunity to email him or message him, just let him know how much he means to us, to the gaming community, to the RPG community, to Bethesda, Elder Scrolls. You have him to thank for a lot of that. So
he was the chief engineer,
certainly,
for a lot of the most popular games like Arena, Daggerfall, Battlespire, all those amazing games in the back in the day, and he even worked briefly on Morrowind, I believe.
And his, I believe Giuliano is the name of the divine in the Elder Scrolls universe. It was named after him.
Nice.
So he will certainly live on, at least in that aspect. So there's been a lot of news going around lately about Bethesda's next Fallout game, be it Fallout 5, which we were told was just greenlit. Now, the thing about this is that there was recently, with all the firings and everything, there's a lot of restructuring going on. It sounds to me, based on what I've seen and read, that they're trying to close the gap on game releases from Bethesda Game Studios. Which means just because
crazy long.
It's crazy long. Just because Fallout 5 was just greenlit does not mean that it's going to take 10 years to get out. We don't know how long, of course, but Bethesda is said to be currently working on a number of projects, Fallout 3 Remastered being one of them. A lot of this was either implied or said outright by Jez Corden of Bethesda. And one thing that was recently accidentally leaked in an interview with Jez was that there is a Starfield DLC on the way.
We knew that, though. They already promised us, too.
That's true, but Jez said it outright because when he was questioned about Fallout 5, he did mention that the studio was currently working full steam on Elder Scrolls 6 and the new Starfield DLC. Like, it was just said just like that in the interview. So we do have those things to look forward to.
It's just a matter of time now.
Looking forward to both of them. Now it's just a matter of time. And we'll see what this restructure does. Hopefully we're seeing some products come out a little bit quicker. Of course, we don't want to sacrifice.
Clarify something really quick because a lot of people get this confused.
Yeah.
When we say greenlit, that means that they got the full funding to do full production. Fallout 5 has actually been in the works for over a year, and it's already been in pre-development for a long time. So the MDD, the master design documents, already built. They already started working on the engine, so it's just now they're going full team.
Thank you. I mean, I knew that, but I'm sure much of our audience didn't. It has been in the works, but is now kick the tires and light the fires.
So if they got a big enough team and they really put the the pedal to the metal, they can have it done in 3 years. And it would be a good game. But
as long as it's good. So a little bit on the lighter side of news. Do you want to talk about the staging room in Skyrim that was discovered? How'd this happen?
So a little background. Most every game that you ever played has a little thing called a staging room. It's a tester's room. And it's something that's built in the game, but it's not attached to the game. So it's like this little area that exists outside of the game. There's absolutely no way to get to it other than through either a controller command or a console command. And it's designed so that it holds every item, every ability, every scroll, every book, every NPC in one area, which makes it much easier to test items, quest arcs, and things like that without having to go into the game and go through all these hours of trying to get to a certain point and finding this item. They can test the item directly. They just can go in there, grab it, port back into the game. There you go. So it has literally everything you can find in the base game of Skyrim. And that's the way it is for mini games. But a lot of companies remove that from the game. At least they used to back in the day before DLCs. But now that there's DLC, they still have need for it. So I'm assuming most games still have it in the code.
Okay.
And I knew Skyrim had theirs in the game still years and years, but I had no idea what the command was. I am terrible at remembering that stuff. But finally it was discovered by some players, and they released the actual code. And it's a console command which takes you to the staging room. And they call it a hidden treasure room, but it's a staging room, and it's got everything you could possibly want. And they feel like feels like cheating. Well, yeah, of course. It's designed for testing.
Of course, it's 100% cheating. It's cheating. Take it from me. I'm a cheater. It's cheating. 100%.
So yeah, it's out there, and you guys can look it up. And they did release the command for it, so you can go in there and check it out.
That's kind of cool that they released the command. I guess it's going to get out there anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna little hint, guys, that room exists inside of Fallout 4 as well.
Of course.
But it does not exist in the MMO environments. So Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Online, because that's how they have that. Still have it, but it's built on a different server. So there's no console command in any online environment that would get you to that room. You have to be at the local servers to do that.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, a couple of little fun things we got in the news this week. Just a fun thing that I found on Instagram. There's an Instagram person who goes by the handle Mrs. Fallout, and they do a bunch of great, really cool stuff. But one thing I saw them do, I believe I came across this last week. They went to Target and they got some of the just little craft items, and they made a Nuka-Cola foosball table. Just like a little mini one. I mean, it's probably like this big. Yeah, you have to go check out her Instagram, Mrs. Fallout. It's just this cool little thing. It's super sweet.
That is neat.
That is neat, isn't it? If you are in the UK, nearby East Yorkshire, there is a 5-game tournament of Fallout Factions happening on Saturday, August 9th. If you're interested in that, it goes from 9 a.m. to 6:15 p.m. And Fallout Factions, if you don't know, it's a Modifius game. It's a new one. It's supposed to be a fast-paced 2-player skirmish war game. And I'm going to talk more about this in my playthrough, because as part of my job, I ended up visiting one of the distribution warehouses of Modifius here in Michigan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'll talk about that a little bit more in my playthrough. But yeah, so Caps and Carnage, it's a place to be. So if you're in East Yorkshire or within driving or horse distance or whatever you Brits do over there, check that out. That was stupid. I know you have cars. I'm just being a dumb American. It was funny to me in my head.
That's what it's called. I mentioned it briefly on the show before, but this just reminds me of it because there's this thing called Wasteland Weekend that occurs in California City, California, out in the middle of the desert, where they build Fallout for real, in real life. And the currency for the entire place is bottle caps that you exchange real money before you go into the city. And they even have quests. So if you're new to the Wasteland environment, they'll give you a starter quest that you have to go around and complete. by talking to vendors and going to the pub and all that kind of stuff. And they have Nuka-Cola and everything there. It's amazing.
How have I never heard of this before? What?
It's held every September, and it's going to be September 25th to 29th. Oh, that was last year. It's going to be in September this year too. I got to look at the exact dates, but
September. That's my anniversary month. Damn it.
yeah. I mean, it would be so awesome if you and I would be able to go do that. We have a place to stay.
Dude, I would love that. There you go. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much what we got for the news this week, brother.
I might have to go out to the Wasteland just to check it out this year.
Take lots and lots of pictures and lots of video and lots of peyote.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of costume because you need to go in like a Fallout type costume to go there to really get involved in it.
Of course.
And if you bring your own bottle caps, they will not accept them.
Okay, they got their own there.
Yeah, Nuka-Cola bottle caps and stuff like that. That's based from the game.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I wonder if Fallout Family ever did that. That's another one I follow on Instagram. I haven't seen anything from them in a long time. It doesn't mean they haven't doing it. Ever since I've had to do the social media stuff for the show, I spend as little time on social media as I can because it's so exhausting. Who here is on Lemonade? Does anybody know anything about Lemonade? I didn't even know it was a thing. It is ridiculous. We've been posting. If you've followed any of our social medias for Weird Chaos Media, you've seen all the posts that we've posted. I post the same thing on all the platforms, Lemonade included, and we have 3 likes total on Lemonade.
Is that really even worth it?
I don't even understand the platform. I don't get it. There's a lot of girl trends on there.
Yeah, never even.
I
heard
don't know
of
if it's supposed to be like. I don't know. Anyways.
Lemonade.
Anyways, I do like Blue Sky, and I like X, and I like Instagram, and of course, I love our Discord as well. If you want to join our Discord, weeks like this, you can come and every other week listen to us record or join in the conversation, stuff like that. Go to Weird Chaos Media. It's our Linktree, and you can find a link to our Discord there. So go check that out. We'd love to see you. I think that is literally all we have. I don't have nothing else for. Like I said before show, like it's just everybody's dumbass opinions or regurgitation. That's all I can find in the news this week. So
well, actually, that was pretty decent. I'm not complaining.
That was pretty good.
So we're gonna go ahead and roll our interview with our guest this week,
beloved Bryn.
Enjoy it, and we'll be right back with you guys. And here we are with a special interview for you guys today. We are bringing in Bryn, who is the author of the Aventech mod series and many more. And he's been on the previous show that me and Kilo did called Starfield Raw. And we wanted to bring him back because he was such a fun guest to have on the air and one of our favorite modders out there. So we got to get you back on, man, and talk the good talk. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Been busy, cracking stuff out.
Yeah, I've noticed. You went from just that one like ship part mod, and now you're blowing it up. And how many do you have out now?
Ooh, 9? 9, I think.
We'll have to put a complete list of all his mods on our Discord and in the YouTube description.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to hear talk about your modding and Starfield and what you've been up to, and I'm going to just, like usual, let my partner in crime over here, I said on the air again, take the lead on it.
You get us caught one of these days. Bryn, thank you for coming on. It's great to have you. I always start out with the same question. What is your favorite Bethesda title?
Starfield. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, but I mean, it came as a surprise to me. So, my first Bethesda game was Daggerfall.
So I never played that one.
Yeah. Nice. Played Daggerfall back in the day in MS-DOS. Enjoyed that. Didn't get very far. It's a very difficult game if you don't know what you're doing, and I was quite young.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. But the first one to really get me was Morrowind. So I remember getting a CD-ROM copy of Morrowind, booting that up, and absolutely falling in love with that game. I played so much Morrowind.
I played probably a good hour of that, but the graphics were so outdated because I played it many years after it released. And if they ever do a redo of that one, I'm definitely going to dive into that because many people have said it's one of their favorite Elder Scrolls titles.
I've heard that's something that somebody might be working on as a Morrowind update.
There's the Skywind, which is coming, which is the port into the Skyrim engine.
It's been coming for many
But
years.
There we
yeah,
go.
but
Yep.
there's guys still working on that. Like there's a mod Tamriel Rebuilt where they're building the rest of the Morrowind landmass. The islands
Okay.
surrounding Vardenfell.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
they're still going. They're still working on that on the
That's
Morrowind
amazing.
engine. It's crazy. People love that
That'd be
game.
great. What is it about Starfield that really captured your imagination?
It's sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd, and so a lot of games are fantasy based, and I played a lot of them. But then, if I look at my like Steam top played, it's No Man's
Yeah.
Sky, Warframe, Destiny
Okay.
2. It's like just sci-fi hits me, and I think it was that like Fallout isn't sci-fi; it's post-apocalyptic kind of thing. I mean, there's
Right.
little bits of sci-fi, but
Right.
getting a pure Bethesda game of sci-fi just captured me.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's very true.
That's yeah. I mean, it really is. I mean, especially as an RPG, I think it's something that we don't see as. I mean, yeah, you got No Man's Sky. There's a couple of them out there, but there's something about when
No Man's
Bethesda
Sky
went
is
sci-fi
is
and
less
space faring.
RPG and more survival,
It's
I
more
think.
survival, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's definitely less
exactly.
character.
And that's what Bethesda does
So
best is the RPG.
yeah, absolutely. So here's a question. Some of our listeners, obviously, were with us on our previous show. Some of them were not. Can you go into a little bit? How did you end up modding?
Yeah, so the first mod I ever made was a throwing weapon for Morrowind, which was the throwing
Okay.
pillows. So it allowed you to throw pillows at people. There was one character in Balmora
That's
who
awesome.
was a crazy lady who collected pillows. So I put throwing pillows in her apartment in Balmora. You could get those and throw them. And I think
That's amazing.
it got like 10,000 downloads. And to give you
Nice.
an idea, this was before Nexus was a thing.
Hmm.
This was some previous Elder Scrolls download site that existed before Nexus. So that got me into modding. The creation kit came on a CD with Morrowind, and all the assets were on that, and you could just copy and paste it and run the creation kit. You didn't download the creation kit; it was shipped with the
Oh,
Oh
disc.
wow.
nice. I
Okay.
did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. It was a two CD. One CD was the game, the other was the creation kit. Yeah, so I did that, and then I got into Papyrus scripting, which is the scripting language Morrowind used, and
Okay.
taught myself to program through that. I kind of went through there, but I never really. I made mods for Oblivion. I made mods for Skyrim, and it wasn't until Starfield that I really kind of clicked. I've got a few mods scattered about, but it wasn't until Starfield came that I really the ideas just started spinning. Like in Skyrim and stuff, the world was quite condensed. There wasn't room to add things, if that makes sense. So you can see online. There's this wonderful map which shows all the cells edited by different mods. It's just red everywhere. It's like there's a list
Oh.
of hundreds of mods editing each cell. But with
Oh wow.
Starfield, it's just a huge open expanse that you could just
Okay.
edit endlessly.
Going from Morrowind and Oblivion to Skyrim now with Starfield, what are some of the challenges that you're facing with creations and because we've heard from previous people on our podcast that there's definitely some challenges. What's the hardest part of that for you?
So back in the day, I did try and release a mod for Skyrim on the Steam Workshop. So there was a very short window where Steam were accepting submissions to create paid mods on the Steam
Oh yeah, I
Workshop
remember
kind of
that.
page. Yeah, I actually submitted one for that. I built one and submitted it, and then they shut the whole program down, which is rather harsh.
Oh,
I ended up
yeah.
releasing it for free, but it was kind of. So when I went to university, I did a degree in computer games programming, and I have a master's as well in that. So
Oh, wow.
that's always been my passion. So it's not like I'm coming this as a complete noob. But I never entered the industry. I ended up going into the kind of standard software development route. So it was very nice to be able to kind of flex the old skills and make some mods. And then so I made a whole bunch of Starfield mods for free, and then creations came about, and I was like, okay, I can become a verified creator. I submitted my profile. They accepted me. And I was like, I sat down and I said, I want to make a paid mod, and I want to make something that I would be happy is a paid mod, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's where Raceward came from. It was, can I make a bunch of spaceship parts that are of a quality that I think are worthy of being paid for? So
Yeah.
Raceyard was always going to be a paid mod. It was the challenge to me to make something that I think would be worthy to be paid. That's generally how my mods start. It's a challenge to myself. Can I do this? How do I do this? So you'll see that's why I jump around a lot. I find an interesting challenge that I can take and build a mod around it.
Yeah, some people call that OCD.
The right. Well, I have to say, personally, as everybody who listens to the show knows, I'm big into my shipbuilding. Raceyard's 100% worth the 400 Bethesda credits, whatever it is. Definitely worth it. Actually, I would have paid for any of your mods. The original Aventech, Traveler. I just downloaded Munitions. Really loving that. I got I can't remember the name. Wraith something that I have Andrasia equipped with right now. It's just really fun, really great. Yeah, really fun, really great stuff. So only the one mod though. Everything else on your list on the creation or on Bethesda.net is free. Are you planning on putting more paid mods out eventually, or what's your plan there?
So I'm entering the final phases of production of my next paid mod. So I've been working on it for four months now, which is probably the longest I've worked on any mod. So it was kind of inspired by Watchtower. So I was working on something, and then I played Watchtower, and I was like, I know how to do a lot of this stuff. The having multiple different aspects combining together to make one mod as an experience was an attractive idea to me. Now, I'm not saying it's nowhere near Watchtower level. Don't get your hopes up or anything like that. But it's more full than any other mod that I've done before. So I'll walk you through it. So
sure.
The mod is called Aventech Black Site. The idea is there is a research lab that Aventech have set up on a planet in Limnus 2. They have got one of the pillars from a Starborn temple and have hooked it up to a bunch of machinery. What they've done is they have basically been able to tap into the multiverse and pull in weapon upgrades from other dimensions into their universe. They don't know they've done this. It's never explicitly said, but it's kind of hinted at, vaguely hinted at. It's a new location, small quest to help the scientist recover the encryption key to get the system back online. It's a new workbench where you can generate new weapon upgrades. And it is a series of procedurally radiant quests to send you out to collect the data, bring it back to the workbench, and generate upgrades. And it's got ship parts in it.
Of course, hit that ship parts.
I mean, I was already sold. You didn't have to keep selling it to me, but all right. So, wow. Okay.
I've got one new cockpit so far, which is basically someone's taken a Nova Hab and sawed the front off and stuck a glass panel on it. So that's quite interesting because you can come in from the back and either side as well. The doors all work. The top and bottom don't, because the pilot seat's in the way. But
that's one thing I've always wanted with the cockpits is I wish that we had more than one door. So that's cool.
So I've some of the Radiant quests have you fight new ship designs I've made. There's one ship which is basically a broken down Freestar ship that's been replaced with girders and stuff, and the cockpit is like a bridge between two halves of the ship. So the cockpit is kind of floating in the middle of the ship, and then there's engine parts on either side of it, kind of thing.
That's cool.
So you kind of fight your way across the ship. It's kind of a scrappy aesthetic. So there's a lot of girders and steel plates and kind of stuff like that. Duct tape
I like that.
Your ship together. Yeah, so it's
okay.
The original Aventech shipyards had kind of girders in it, but this is kind of going a bit more that way. So it's
okay.
So the idea is these scavengers have taken the data and they've got ships which are kind of broken down versions of the existing ones with patched hulls and stuff like that kind of vibe.
That's cool.
And I haven't talked about the main point yet, which is the weapon upgrades.
Okay.
So
that's my area of interest.
Yeah, I did some calculations. I think it was for the Varun Painblade. There is now about 3 million different variations of Painblade in the game. There's a total number of 500,000 new weapon upgrades across all the vanilla weapons, spread out across 300 levels. So you level up and you get
Wow.
access to more ones. So yeah, it's been quite a challenge. So
Holy cow.
as you can imagine,
Yeah.
the actual file is like 500 megabytes of weapon upgrades.
Oh,
So
wow.
Yeah, that's worth it for me. Okay, now I'm sold.
Yep.
yeah,
So we're definitely in on this. Absolutely. Okay, so as I am into this black site, the black site, right? Aventech black site. So
yeah.
oh yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I will definitely be keeping an eye out. Now, as I was going through your list on Bethesda.net, I noticed last time we talked, you were speaking a lot. You were talking about your POI mod, and now you have an image on there that says "Do not use." What happened with that POI mod?
Yeah, so that was good news actually. So
Okay.
Starfield released the rover and they
Hmm.
fixed the issue.
Mm.
So it was an issue where there was a tree which said basically which POIs are in the game and it would evaluate that tree at runtime. The problem was if two people tried to edit the tree, it would clash and it wouldn't work. But Bethesda just rewrote that code and fixed it. So we didn't need
Oh,
that framework anymore.
So it's just
So
unnecessary now.
okay.
yeah,
It's
it
just
doesn't
yeah.
break your game. It just adds nodes to the tree. So, but I mean, you shouldn't be using it anymore.
Doesn't really. All right. Well, what can you tell us about Dark Universe? Because today was the first time I saw that. What is that?
This stems from an idea. So originally, all my mods were Aventech, and I had the idea of a company that produced things, and you got their stuff. Basically, that's where the Aventech idea came on. But then the first Dark Universe mod was a very small one.
Yeah.
It basically reduced the encounter chance of like the school bus and stuff like that, and the tourists.
Oh,
So you
okay.
less likely to run into them. The idea was you jump through Unity and you end up in a place that's darker than your original universe.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
the tone shifts. So loads of different ideas about how do I make a universe that's bad. It's kind of like so. It's one thing
Okay.
that Starfield really could do. You could have a mod which completely disrupts a normal universe flow. Like,
Yeah.
what if we just completely destroyed the UC in a mod? Like, obviously in Skyrim or stuff like that, that's not going to work. But by the time you get to the Unity,
Right.
you can turn it off again, so you could restore kind of
Yeah.
thing. So there's ideas like that kind of floating around. But
I
I love
want a
that. We've
turbo
talked
lift.
about something similar, by the way.
yeah,
Have we not? On a previous show, we were talking about the
quite
potential of
possibly.
what you could
Yeah,
actually do
Yes.
with Unity
yeah.
and what.
It's
Yeah,
endless,
that's.
really, and there's a lot
Mhm.
with enough coding skill. You can make some pretty interesting alternate universes that wouldn't break
But
the
this
game.
this is the thing. You don't because so when you enter Unity, your game is basically reset.
Hmm.
A lot of the kind of underlying code stuff is wiped clean. There's stuff like globals and all your save and stuff. It cleans your save game, so you can do a lot of really dangerous things if you know that players can jump through and clean their game again, basically. So yeah,
I
it's
love that idea.
Can
I
you
love that.
do me a favor and put turbo lifts in the game for the ships, so we don't have those
there
ladders
is.
anymore? Just do a Star
I
Trek
think
style turbo lift.
someone's done a turbo lift. Is
Yes, there is. Oh,
the Voyager one, isn't it? It has one, but it's,
I want to say Stroud Premium Edition or Matilahas has a lift for your ship up to
yeah,
five
I think
stories.
so.
One of them, because I saw it when I was shipbuilding a couple weeks ago. There's actually an elevator now.
All right. Well, I stand corrected.
I mean, personally, I prefer an Aventech version. That's just me.
Yeah, I've not done that yet. I'm not very good at decorating habs. I think that's one of the problems. So I've been
Yeah, neither am I.
reluctant to do many habs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a level designer in games a long time ago, environment designer, and it was the exterior stuff. I can knock it out, no problem. Interior stuff, no chance. I'm just not an interior decorator.
No, yeah, I'm horrible at it too. I tried, and it
You
doesn't
get
last
someone
long.
like whenever listeners Mossy, who's really, really good at it, and like put me to shame, dude.
Yeah, there we go.
That does actually lead to another idea I've had recently that I'll be thinking of doing. So I released the mod Dark Universe Overtime recently, which just adds loads of missions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I deliberately chose the acronym of the mod because I had another idea on. So it's
Okay.
GEO. So I'm having this idea where I can create missions for mods which don't have missions already. So, for example, if you look at Ellie's Crimson Fleet
Yeah,
hubs, you
yeah,
never really get a chance to board any of those.
that's
But
true.
you make a mod for Dark Universe which inserts ships with those hubs in it.
Okay.
So then you start getting mods, interdependent mod kind of injection stuff. Well, it's not even that complicated. It's just making a ship with those hubs and then making sure it has a dependency on both those mods. I think there's leg room in that. I think because I've got the
That'd be.
basic quests down. So yeah, I think
Well,
I
I mean,
might do that.
that's with a lot of these ship mods. That's something that you don't run across, right? You get the ship parts that you can build yourself, but you never run into anything with those parts out in the universe while you're flying around.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll definitely do an Avantech one, and I'm definitely thinking about that, the Crimson Fleet hubs, but also things like the faction extended. I think it's Wolfie did that. It's basically it
Hmm.
adds like 6 new factions, like Section 61 or something, with new spacesuits and stuff.
Okay.
Creating missions where you go to places and they're there, things like that. Kind of creating this web of interdependency. I think
Right.
there's a lot of room there to run, kind of thing.
There's a
So yeah.
ton of room for that
Absolutely.
kind of stuff in this game.
So we talked about Avantech Black Site. That's what you're working on now. Is there anything else that's in the pipeline as far as active projects?
Oh, we got the
So
new one.
I'm probably gonna go back and do some cleaning. I think stuff like the takeover, with all the bases. I want to kind of do a bit of fine tuning on those, make them a bit more unique. I think
Okay.
if you spend a day on each POI, you could probably make it feel a lot more unique, kind of thing. And there's a few bugs, like one of the overtime missions is broken and stuff like that. But I have a huge backlog. I'll be honest. Like I, it's just I'll throw some ones out. The Settle Systems Rally Cup. Why are people not doing rallies on planets? You
Oh,
know,
okay.
the, like a Garen Gambit. That's an idea floating in my head. So racing in the
That would be
cars.
great.
Yeah, that's perfectly
We could
doable. In fact, there is racing in the original game.
Really?
There's one
wait.
one space encounter where you do a
Yes.
race.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
I talked about this on a previous show. Yeah, you run up and she's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
race out here and back," and I'm like, "Why
but
isn't this more of a thing?"
you could do a DLC level amount of stuff like that. Just racing, hot rods,
That
and
would
all
be
that kind of stuff.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah.
infestation. So kind of aliens meets Jin 2 controlling infestation on a planet, doing some
Yeah.
kind of area control RTS kind of high level stuff with the POI
Yeah.
system. So going in, destroying hive nodes or on a planet to
I mean, you got
reduce
a
Make
couple of yeah, you got a couple of quests in the main quest line, and then you got the one really just the one oil rig style
yeah.
POI where you got that something.
which I still have never
I mean,
seen.
even the UC quest line going through everything with a terramorph doesn't. I mean, it kind of, but not really. Like,
You could do so much. Yeah.
yeah,
Like you
absolutely.
see in one of the early animated trailers they had the guy joining the Vanguard and going doing the missions for that. But
Hmm.
there's no day to day Vanguard stuff, if that makes sense. It's just the big
Right.
Terramorph stuff and then the wee Radiant quests, which are, but maybe small Vanguardy stuff. But
Yeah.
that's it.
There's a there's a lot that could definitely be expanded on.
Yeah. I've got a whole I've got a Kanban board full of ideas.
Like when I'm
Yeah,
writing my books, I have like a list of ideas. It's just 4 or 5 pages long at the moment.
the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, do you remember that back in the day? I don't know if you played
I
it.
do.
Never
Yep, I
played
did.
it,
But
but I know of it. Yeah.
there's a lot of kind of base control, combat-y things, good maps. Like, why doesn't UC have a hit squad that they send out to various locations to recover data and stuff like that?
Right.
Aegis must have a strike team, surely. So strike team Aegis, then you get an entire Black Ops 6 kind of campaign or something.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
Absolutely. Well, what about the sports? You see the posters all over
yeah,
the place of like the roller
football.
derby style stuff,
Yeah.
style
One
stuff,
one
and
thing I would love to see in the game, other than yeah, doing the sports would be amazing. because it's all over the place, little hidden things about it. But I want some kind of like you were talking about, some secret ops, like sniper, black ops sniper situation. That's the way I play the game. And having missions surrounded by it and a whole faction based on it would be an absolute blast.
I mean, Assassin's Guild is a space.
Yeah, like a Black Hand.
Yeah, Black Hand or pirate. Well, not pirates per se, but more spacery kind of stuff. The entire Western side of things.
The Dark Brotherhood, by the way.
Yeah. Dark Brotherhood, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I love about Starfield. There's so many directions you can go in.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. If I had more time in my days, I wanted to get into modding. I actually brought up the creation kit and started doing a project, but never made it far because I just lost time. But that would be so much fun to do. I want to, eventually someday when I get more time, I want to collaborate with someone or some people on a mod idea or two.
That would be a lot of fun.
I think it all just came at the right time, because I've been using the creation kit for over a decade. Actually, probably longer, nearly 20 years at this point. So
you're a pro, man. Why don't you do some YouTube tutorials?
Yeah,
there we go.
Maybe. I did write a tutorial on how to build structural parts for ships, which is coming quite handy for some people. But
well, I'm sure. That's not an easy thing to do. And I remember last time we talked to you on the previous show, you were talking to us about like how you did those ship parts, how you built them. That was a lot of fun. We got a lot of feedback on that.
I've actually improved my workflow since then. So one of the really nice things I did was I realized that flips are basically quite programmatic. So I now have a utility which generates all my flips for me in 10 seconds, which is great. So I make a part which is facing forward, and then I run the program, and it generates all the variations.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, nice.
Straight into the game, which is really nice.
Yeah, I noticed that with the Aventech mod.
Yeah, that's how I released 250 parts in like a week.
Nice.
One of the reasons I made it for Black Site, I knew that I wanted these panels which can be rearranged in various ways. So
do you have any idea when you're going to release your new paid mod?
So I've got maybe 2 weeks left of work on it, and then it goes into QA with Bethesda, which then takes as long as it takes. Basically, they need to check how it all works, and it won't break people's Xboxes and all that stuff.
Okay, so we're looking at maybe about a month.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And remind everybody what the name of the new mod is?
Aventech Black Site.
Perfect. All right, anything else we want to talk about before we say goodbye?
I think that's just about all I got. He covered half the questions just on his own talking. I didn't have to ask him.
Yeah, bring on Gamescom. Let's see what they got. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, excited for that, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show today, man. We really appreciate it. He's on our Discord. You can come in, say hi. And it's... Yeah, thanks again. We'll get you back on again. After you release your new mod, we want to have you come back and...
We'll have you come back and talk about it. Absolutely. It's always great having you on, man.
Yeah, no worries. It's always fun hearing my name. Always throws me off.
Well, now everyone's going to see your face on YouTube.
That's it.
Yeah. Yep. Now they put a face to it. All right. Well,
thanks
Bryn,
again, buddy.
Thank you again. Have yourself a great day, man. It was good talking to you.
Cheers.
All right. Bye.
And there we go. And we got the exclusive on his new project. He's been talking a little bit about it on our Discord, hinting at it here and there.
I'm excited for that one. Really excited for that one. It's Black Site.
Black Site, thank you. I knew it was something like that. I just didn't want to butcher it. We recorded that talk with him like 5 days ago. So I don't remember everything. He's across the pond, so we had to get a schedule that worked with him. So every other episode, we've been doing a guest on the show. So if you guys have suggestions about who we can bring on for, those guest episodes, we would be willing, if it's Bethesda related, of course. We got to reach out to King Gath again.
I talked to we do got to reach out to King Gath. We also have Kilo Jr. I talked to him this week. I got a phone call from him. He's currently out in the field. He's about to go back to his post, but I was able to have a conversation with him. And he says, I don't care why, but somehow I want to get on the show, because he listens to us every week.
He's welcome.
I'm like, I'll think about it. I'll see what I can come up with. He's like, I want it to be natural. I don't want it to feel like it's forced. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, we want that too.
I was thinking sometime around maybe after Gamescom, because I know I mean he's into all sorts of different stuff, so I thought that'd be a good time maybe. But that's in August, and
maybe I'll bring Widget Junior on the same time.
Dude, that'd be great. Oh my God, let's do a father something.
That'd be really cool.
I gotta figure out how to pull that out. Yeah, then we gotta coordinate how many time zones we gotta do. We gotta do West Coast. Well, you already do East Coast, right? He's in
East Coast.
He's on East Coast. Yeah, Buffalo. Yeah. Okay, so that'd be fine. But then we have to figure out Japan into that equation as well.
Yeah, that's pretty tricky. Yeah, my son's a chef.
He's
he's working crazy
13 years ahead of us.
Oh, congratulations!
Okay, so I mean he's
yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations to my son, by the way. He recently got engaged last week.
Oh,
so I'm going to have a daughter-in-law sometime down the road.
Awesome. And you're not waiting 18 plus years for it, so that's cool.
Yeah. With my new boy on the way.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, there's another Widget Junior coming in October.
Ooh. End of October? Beginning of October?
He's due October 19th, but we have to do a C-section because her first was a C-section, so they won't let it do natural second time. So we have to schedule the C-section a week prior.
You have to schedule it for a week prior?
Mm-hmm. So probably around the 11th or 12th.
What the fuck, dude? You can't push it back like 4 days?
Well, yeah, I wish.
October 23rd?
But
October 23rd? That's the day the bombs fell in the Fallout world. Just push it a little bit further back.
And that's too
close. Tell her to cross her legs.
That's too close to his brother's birthday. Because my eldest is in October.
Area?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of October babies.
Yeah.
And right before Christmas. Oh, man.
So with the 4 that we have combined, we have 2 October, 1 November, 1 December.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
My wife's we got December, February, March, 2 in March. Anyway, it doesn't matter. July and September. Anyways.
Let's get into our play, man, because I'm itchy to get into this. I've got a lot to talk about here. Everything.
Jesus Christ, cut all that out.
Nope.
All right.
I'm keeping it. It's cool.
Nope. We get to talk, and here's the great thing about this. And I think it's one of the fun things. Some of me and him, Widget here, jive with is we get to talking, and it feels so much like we're just rapping with our buddies that we just go off.
That's how this show works, man. Just roll with it. We're talking about Bethesda. That's the main topic. But if we sidetrack, it happens.
It does happen.
Oh, what have you been up to in the game?
So, I played Starfield.
Okay, good. I'm glad one of us is doing that.
Yep. I did. I finished the Ranger quest lines. I popped around Hope, and I told Bridget to relax.
It's like I love how you casually just said, I just popped around Hope. No big deal. Like, it's natural. I mean, just put a bullet in them. No
it is.
Deal. It is, actually.
100%.
I've only one time did it where I didn't do that, and it took the bribe.
Yeah? Did you feel great about yourself after that?
No, but I was playing that kind of greedy character at that time. It was like, okay.
Oh, that's right. That was your bad guy character.
Yeah, and there's a way you can get a perk which doubles the amount he gives you. So I went and took the bribe, and then I saved it, killed him, and then reloaded.
Okay.
Just so I can get out of my system.
There we go. Just get out of your... No, that's legit. Absolutely legit. But after I finished that, because I got my 3rd ship. I got the Star Eagle. So I ended up taking that, and I broke it down. I'm pretty sure I put this one in my Discord a couple weeks ago, because someone got sick. But it was... I did a small ship. Real slick looking, all Stroud Eklund. I called Munin, which... was the 3rd ship in my fleet. Fine. The only problem was I couldn't actually add it to my fleet. It was just in my garage because I hadn't done my upgrades and stuff yet, right? So I jumped back into Watchtower. I'm flying around, and I'm just jumping system to system, just looking for trouble mostly because I was still kind of having some question mark issues with Watchtower. But anyways, I jump into this one. I come across something I had not come before. It came up on the planetary map as hostile contact. So I'm like, all right, I'm looking for a fight. I roll over there. First time I ever ran into this, the Ecliptic battleship Camelus Have you run across? Because I know there's one for Freestar. I think, right?
Yeah.
There's one for UC. There's all the big boss ships.
Yeah,
I didn't know
the legendary ships.
I didn't know there was one for Ecliptic. I found it.
I know there's 3 legendary ships you can fight. I just don't remember which ones they were.
I don't remember either. It's well, we're recording, so it's escaping us. But that was the first time I ever ran into the Ecliptic one. It was light work. It really wasn't. It really wasn't that difficult by comparison to what followed. So I did. I'll get to that. I did come across a couple of new encounters that I hadn't encountered before. I came across one ship, and it was derelict. It was just kind of floating around. So, but it wasn't like a big derelict, like you run into the big UC derelict ships or whatever. Nothing like that. It was like a smaller one, like like under 80 meters size. I hook up to it. I get on board. I immediately start taking poison damage, even with my suit on.
Oh, really?
So I'm going through. Yeah, so I'm going through the ship room by room, and it's just all these dead people all over the place. Eventually, you go through, and if you grab the logs, by the time I got to like the second level of the ship, where I actually got to the cockpit, I was running back to my ship because I was literally dying inside the ship. Everybody else was dead. You find a eulogy, you find a captain's log, and basically what happened is, they had some kind of accident, and the grav drive started leaking inside of the ship. So it basically just wiped everybody out. I had never run into that one before. That one was definitely a new one.
I've never seen that one either.
Yeah. So I did go and get a couple of fight at a couple of listening posts. The first listening post, Watchtower listening post I went to, was like a really easy fight. It was weird. I don't know if it was. I mean, it was kind of easy. It was easy to get in because I thought I had been there before. And then you're on your way out. Then all of a sudden, all the Watchtower guys show up on your way out. Wasn't so bad. Went back to Harper. Turned in a bunch of intel. Now I don't even know. I mean, there's got to be like 30, 40 objectives for Watchtower for different planets that I have now for the different arrays and stuff. So that's something that I'm definitely working on. It's a lot. I went to a second listening post. That one's a little bit rougher. And I like the concept. Listen, Kingath, I like the concept of the grenades, right? To mark your targets. We don't even do that really now. How does the US military mark target or fire support and air support? By laser. Get me like a gun dedicated to laser designation, or get me like like you can put lasers and stuff on your rifles. Give me a laser
100%
scope.
on this. And I know how that technology works,
I mean?
but I can't talk about it.
Right. Well, the point being, in this video game,
I'm with you 100% on this. Yes, I hate those stupid grenades. And having to reprogram them every single time.
Yeah, and I had to throw like 3 of them to get 1 mech.
Yeah, that's my average, 2 or 3.
But I did. I was able to do some. I did some upgrading with Gren. Wow, Gren, not Bryn the modder. Gren, the guy in the game. And I got the Shiva drop now, and I also got the ballistic. Yeah, fire support thing. So I haven't tried those yet, though. But so I finished this. Going back to this listening post, I finish up this listening post. I take off. I hit orbit. All of a sudden, my radar. I swear to God, there had to be like 36 Watchtower ships waiting. So I don't know if this was like. It sounded like what Richard was talking about as far as the game glitching and accidentally adding too many. Because this must have taken me out like, 4 or 5 times before I finally was able to consistently. I was literally just strafing. Yeah, so I get up to the orbit,
right,
and there had to be like 36 Watchtower ships up there.
Well, yeah, that's what I normally run into.
All kinds, from the drones. Dude, took me out like 4 or 5 times. I finally was able to, what I had to do, because it was me and the Frontier, and the Frontier is heavy. Just, it's sheer numbers at that point.
Right.
I basically just ended up running back and forth, A to B, A to B, A to B, just making strafing runs on the Watchtower ships. And I mean, it took me like half an hour. And then another 20 minutes once I finally did beat them. Like the last time, I finally beat them. Play. Yeah. Well, then go around because all those ships carry intel, components, and computer cores.
Right.
So you have to go through and get all of that shit to do your upgrades. It was a fucking thing. So then I go back to Stardock. I turned a bunch of stuff in, and I found a bug.
Uh-oh.
I think that it happens when selling to Grin, because you can use Grin as a shop.
Yeah,
so you go in there and sell and buy shit. Well, I finished doing all that. When I went back up to the main level of Stardock, I couldn't get to my ship. The door that's supposed to lead to my ship, the panel next to it was red instead of green. It wouldn't let me in. No matter what, I ended up having to back up staves. Like, this was like not maybe a few hours, but it was definitely a couple hours of trying to get this to work and trying to figure out what the bug was. And what I finally did was I went back, because I had to go back and I was adding my new platforms to my support ships.
Right.
And it wasn't until I did not sell to Gren, I decided to take it back to like Atlantis, when I could come back up and I could get back into my ship. So I'm not sure what that's about, but
that's weird.
That's what happened. Yeah, and I didn't test it further. I'm like, it works, and I was out of there.
I don't blame you.
So
if it was working, it's working. Leave it alone.
So I built a second ship, the Angry Bird. I put a picture of that in the Discord. It's just a little slap together thing, kind of a work in progress type things. I do have full, 3 ships following me around. It's already pretty easy, but I'm kind of like nervous that if I kick up the difficulty, that's when I'll start getting my ass smoked.
Oh yeah,
because I'd be like, oh, that's too easy. Crank it up, and then all of a sudden, we find out there's like a Watchtower dreadnought, super dreadnought or something.
I wouldn't be surprised they add that in there. Well, you're getting too powerful with your fleets. We gotta do something.
Death Star shows up, But
Dyson Sphere on steroids.
Yeah. So the last thing that I did was I started the challenge. Our friend of the show, Metal, who does our artwork, he of course has Ship and Pilot on Reddit, and he posted a challenge. I guess there's this guy who is well known for making this assembly of like tail, nose cone, and brake parts, and the Dun 31 engine. And when you put it together in the right way, it looks like this big kind of fat, badass, like fighter engine. Like, it just looks freaking sweet. I was confused because I was looking at the diagram. I'm like, why is there 2 different colors? I don't think I can merge this. I'm like, what's happening? So I did talk to Metal about it though, and I got to go back in. I think I got to change my settings and my merge mod that I use.
Yeah,
I'll give that another shot. I want to put that in Ship and Pilot. Yeah. It was fun. It's fun. I like it. Plus, it gave me like a totally different. And some of these guys, are easy. So when you get like a little piece of it, and you're like, oh, okay, you're looking at it. It gives you a new idea about how to handle it. As far as our building, it opens up the possibilities, like I've said from the beginning. So, but the coolest part of my week was not even in Starfield.
No.
As some of you know, I'm a truck driver.
Right.
In Metro Detroit.
You mentioned earlier, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a truck driver in Metro Detroit. We do mostly Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. I go to Illinois every Sunday. I love it. Yeah, it's not. So last week I broke down. But one of the things that one of our customers, who is local in Michigan, I've been to a couple of times before, and it was really cool because they're a distribution warehouse for Modifius in Michigan. And of course, we talked about Modifius with Wolf. They do a lot of Fallout stuff. It was really cool because I talked to the guy. I'm like, dude, I love coming to this warehouse. There's always cool stuff here. It's all gaming stuff.
Right.
I don't think it's just Modifius. I think it's a few different companies. This one distribution company handles. But there is a new game out, and I mentioned it in the news, which is Fallout Factions. And it's like this, fast-paced tactical combat game. They had everything in this warehouse. This dude was going around. He was showing me all these cool dice sets. He was showing me all these minis. No, I was not allowed.
I was gonna say that's not surprising.
All these minis, all these little game sets. It's super cool. It was a lot of fun.
And next time you're there, say, hey, you want to come talk to us on our show?
I did pitch us to him.
Nice.
He's like, oh, we all love that stuff. I'm like, well, tell all of them, and I send them a link to our Spotify and everything. I'm like, listen to us.
Yeah, check it out.
So guys, if you're listening from Saginaw, Michigan,
I drive Uber
good to have you with us, man.
on my off times to make a little extra money for baby on the way, and I always mention our show. There's a couple of guys that started listening to our show because I brought it up.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hi.
I got a few friends. So hi. Nix, you better be listening. I'm going to be asking you tomorrow if you There's a coworker of mine who is a Bethesda fan, and I'm like, listen to my show. Like, you do the same thing as me. You're in a truck for hours at a day. You have time to listen to a podcast.
Yeah, I'd imagine you have a lot of time listening to podcasts.
No, but actually, it was actually funny because I get to the end and I'm talking to this guy and I'm talking about the show and he's talking about what his warehouse does and stuff like that. And he gave me a few little tips. And I end up randomly walking out with a copy of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. This is a D&D module.
Randomly.
All right, cool, man. Yeah. So that was pretty
awesome.
sweet. Got to see a lot of stuff that Modifius got working right now. So that was super awesome. I loved it.
Did he make you sign an NDA?
No, he didn't.
That's surprising.
I couldn't take pictures. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, at least you could talk about it. That's cool.
So that was it for my week, man.
So,
what'd you do?
I did a lot. I did my usual Fallout 76. And I finished up the Psycho Robot quest. And
yeah.
I was thinking about doing the Brotherhood of Steel, but I kind of got distracted. I wanted to go to Pittsburgh, but again, got distracted. And I looked up why. So the whole quest I was trying to do with the Demon Blood quest. For the lady who's addicted to it, you have to go to Atlantic City to get the drug so she can survive. Yeah.
Right.
And every time I went, she wasn't there. Well, I looked it up, and it was like one of those facepalm moments, like, duh. Because when you go to select these adventures, you get an option. You can just go there, or you can do the expedition. So you do an expedition. That's where it creates the quest that you go do. That's what I was doing. You go in, you do the quest, you can't leave until you finish it, and you get all the good legendary stuff. Or you can just go there.
Sure.
And I always thought when I was going to Atlantic City, it looked dead. There was no one in the casinos. There was no one on the streets. It was just dead. But when you actually go there, it's full of life. Tons and tons of people gambling, having a good time. It's really, really cool. So when I finally went there, just without doing expedition, she was right there waiting. So I got to finish that quest line.
Nice.
And I finally maxed out my lockpicking and hacking. So I'm 3 on both of those. So I can now pick and hack anything in the game. Supposedly. The picking part, I'm a pro. I can get that done easy. It's the hacking one.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I was able to finish it, and I got to play as a clown. Because there was one point in that quest line where I had to play as a clown on a show on the ports outside of Atlantic City, and actually had to perform as a clown by doing tricks and juggling and throwing daggers at somebody, and it was pretty interesting. I had to tell jokes.
Sounds like it. Yeah? Did they laugh?
Yeah, I actually got some good laughs. Even though it was just a multiple choice type thing, but... So I did finish it.
What am I, clown? What am I here to fucking amuse you? Joe Pesci, good fellow. That's not for the younger ones, I guess.
Yeah. And one thing I don't like about the 2 locations, Pittsburgh and Atlantic City, is that they don't have a map for it. So when you pull up the map when you're in those locations, it brings up Appalachia and not them. One thing
silly.
So there's a section of the map on the left side, which would be the western side of the map, It's a big open area.
Right.
And it's quite large. Goes from north to south, and you can't get to it. It's blocked by a huge river, and if you try going over to it, it says you can't go there. There's a bridge that is broken, and before, it used to be blocked off. You couldn't get into the bridge, and if you got, there's a way you could actually sneak around it and get on, but it's broken. You can't go any further. But after the recent update, something changed that people started noticing that they didn't announce, but that bridge is no longer blocked and has actually been extended.
Oh.
So this whole biggest update they've never done before, everyone's rightly assuming that they're going to open up that entire side of the map.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing about, I forgot what it's called. I should have wrote this down. But there's a very interesting, like, not well-known boss-type character. He's you can go see him. It's like in this cave. It's hard to find. What is it called? I'm gonna remember after the show. But we think that he's the one responsible, and is gonna be, and whoa, that's another thing. So the whole captain and this weird fish dude for the fishing thing area I always talk about, how he's always gets in trouble when he tries to say something normal. We believe he's mind controlled by this entity, because that's what that entity does. It mind controls and takes over people.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
The shit out of me.
And I can't
think of that. I know it in it. The entity you're talking about. I it's right on the tip of my tongue.
So I went back and decided to continue the main story, and I completely forgot about Vault 79. So those of you who don't know, 79 is the atomic value for gold.
Oh.
So with this, according to the story, they emptied out Fort Knox before the whole nuclear disaster happened and put all of Fort Knox gold inside Vault 79. So your job is to go in there. My job was to break into Vault 79 and get all the gold and start a new economy in this world. And I didn't know this, but you got to choose between the two main factions, which is the Raiders versus the good people versus the Raiders. And I thought, for some reason in my mind, I had to go do both of them. So I was like, I'll just go do the Raiders really quick and start their portion of it. No, I actually wound up selecting them to do it. And I couldn't use the other ones at all. So I just rolled with it and just took the Raiders into it and struck a deal with them to give them half the gold for everything. But the last time I did this, years and years ago, I did it with the other faction. So I got to see a whole different side of it. And this one was...
Oh, that's always cool, though.
Yeah, doing with the Raiders seemed a lot easier. More backstabby, but a lot easier.
Wow.
And it's really cool. And there's actually, like, what's left of Secret Service inside that vault, guarding it. And they had a huge disaster and got locked in there, and you had to go rescue them, and a big pain in the neck. And one problem I've been running into is the fact that I'm leveling up so fast that my guns and armor don't match. I'm level 52 now. And my pistol I was using was level 10.
Oh.
So I can barely hurt anything. Now, my sniper rifle used to take one shot. It takes 3 or 4 on average.
Oh, shit.
So I went around and thankfully got some really good legendary weapons. In that one I bought weeks and weeks and weeks ago, not realizing it was level 50, I finally got to use it now.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. How's that working out?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a single-shot badass weapon. It kicks butt. That's my primary weapon I use the entire vault. And it worked great. I have a machine gun that uses 308 ammo, just like my sniper rifle. So I already had 5,000 rounds built up.
That's helpful, yeah. No kidding.
And then I had all these legendaries I was getting from the fishing and all that kind of stuff. So I turned them all in, got the credits for them, and just started buying legendary armor. And wound up getting 3 pieces of great legendary armor. Because in that game, you have left arm, left leg, right leg, head, and chest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
So that made it a lot easier. So when I got in that Vault 79, it was way easier than I expected it to be. And then at the end, you get a choice. Do you honor your contract? Because you get like 1,000 bars of gold bullion. Do you honor your contract and give them 500? Do you keep it all and lose all your faction with them? Or you get an option where you can split some of it with the other faction as well. So you don't get as much of a reputation gain with the Raiders, for instance, if I would have given them all of it that was promised. But instead I took their portion of it and I split it with the other faction, so I got an increase on both of them. And the faction's way more valuable.
than the raiders.
Well, yeah, getting a faction with both of them is extremely valuable. It's a lot more than the gold bullion. You can get that pretty easily in the game. And you turn that
so
in. So
you
can
buddy up
things.
with the raiders. I know so much zero about 76. So you can do raider shit.
Yeah, and do their dailies, build up faction with them, and
oh shit,
they release new goodies that you can buy as the higher your faction. You know, that usual stuff.
Did not know that. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So last time on my other character, I didn't have much faction with the raiders. It was all the other ones mostly. So this has been fun building it up.
Yeah,
and I've gotten pretty high up with my character. I'm 52 now, so you stop earning your attribute points at level 50. After that, you just get new cards that you can turn in, but you get legendary perk cards. So I got 2 of those in play now. And you can level those up. So I'm getting a lot stronger.
That's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, it's really neat.
To entice people to keep playing beyond the cap. That's pretty cool.
And I found out why I was leveling so fast. Somehow I was getting 250% XP increase for like 6 hours of gameplay.
Or something you're carrying, or
I don't know. I think maybe someone put a buff on me because when I was doing one of those public events, someone was buffing the crap out of me, just throwing stuff on me, and I think that's maybe where it happened. But I was leveling up like mad. And when I used the lunchbox, I was getting almost 300% XP. So I flew.
Wow.
I went from 25 to 50 like that. But I wanted to get back into Skyrim. I don't know what got to me, but I think it was I wanted to try the Bard College from Kingath.
Okay.
So I loaded up the original Skyrim to see if I could load up all my old mods that I had a huge mod list I played with. Updated graphics, content, the Pew Pew mod. I loaded it up and went into the game because it loaded up all my mods still, but it kept crashing. I couldn't fight a boss because it would crash every time I tried fighting him. So I eventually just turned that off, reloaded my special edition, and I forgot that they had given me Anniversary Edition, so that loaded up automatically, which loaded about 50 mods into the game. Most of them graphic mods, and a whole lot of content mods I've never played before. So it was as long as well as armor and weapon and arrow mods, so I was getting all these goodies. And it's like playing a new game again. The graphics are beautiful because all the updated mods for it make it look beautiful, like a modern game almost. And all this new content that I've never played before. I mean, my quest log has I think I counted 32 quests currently. Main quests, that's not including the side quests, and most of those are from the mods that I've never touched before. So
that's crazy, and that was included. Like when you booted up, that was boom, it was there.
It's all part of the Anniversary Edition.
Because that's the one thing that was keeping me from jumping back into it. That my mod list was bonkers. Oh, my kids are making fun of me because the game looks obviously dated, and I'm like, well, I'm going to show you, and that, of course, you end up with a list of fucking like 100 mods.
So one thing about this,
that's the only thing holding me back about it.
Skyrim, the original Skyrim, they didn't have creations for it. That used the mods you got on Steam that you can load up and put them on there. It wasn't until Special Edition they introduced creations. So with the Anniversary Edition, it loads up all these amazing mods that fixes a whole lot of problems and makes the game look beautiful. But you can still go into creations and still add more if you want. So I'm going to do the Bar College when I get a chance. Maybe this weekend even. I don't know.
There you go.
So I really want to try it out. And I'm having an absolute blast. One of the first things I want to do was go to the Dark Brotherhood.
Of course.
Because I'm playing a Stealth Archer. Big shocker.
Of course.
and the Dark Brotherhood has some of the best gear for that. Especially early game. So I started doing the Dark Brotherhood again, and it was just so many memories. I love this, love it so much, and did the quest, and my lady was watching me, and she had a ton of questions about the game and the mods and the story. I was just introducing her to everything about it. It was great.
That's amazing.
And for the first time, I played thousands of hours in Skyrim. I actually read all of Cicero's journals. He's one of the main protagonists for the Dark Brotherhood. He's a clown. He's the most annoying character ever created in any game.
Protagonist is...
yeah.
It's a loose term with that guy.
An annoyance?
Yeah. I can't stand him.
But there's one point when he betrays everybody and runs off to the other sanctuary where you have to go hunt him down and kill him. But you get to go investigate his room, and he has all his journals out there. I've never read them.
Oh, okay.
So I sat
I don't
down.
think I have read them all either.
Yeah, I sat down and read them and went through everything, and it shows his entire progression from when he was a normal Dark Brotherhood member who was sane all the
Yeah.
way up to being this crazy clown, and why he became
Yeah.
the crazy clown.
The Night Mother, and all that. Yeah.
Well, he killed one of his last mark was a clown before he became the protector of the Night Mother. And,
Really?
and that laugh as that guy died was with a smile. He died with a smile. That's his whole thing. And he was laughing as he died. And he had joy in the world, even though I, basically cut his throat. And it kind of echoed in his mind this entire time as he slips more and more into insanity, trying to talk to the mother. And he just took his persona.
Wow.
It was nuts. Well, this time I didn't know that. So I took him out and I went and started doing the final quest line where you have to go take out the Emperor. And you have to become the gourmet and go serve him a meal that you poison. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to prepare this final meal. I call it the final meal because you're supposed to, poison it. And you get an option of things you can put in there. And I chose sweet roll, mead, and a gold coin. The way that the assistant was like, "Oh, a gold coin? That's odd. Oh, but wait, the metallic taste, I can see." And then she goes off and on about like, no matter what you choose, it's going to be the best thing ever.
Amazing.
So obviously there was a decoy. I killed a decoy. I go run off. I save what's left of the sanctuary because they're getting killed. And the Astrid is the one that portrays you. She's the main, the leader of the Dark Brotherhood for Skyrim.
Yeah, she's the boss lady. Yep.
Yeah, betrays you to this, not a captain, but Morrow, basically. His name's Morrow. Is you kill his son earlier on in the whole quest line. So he gets revenge on you and tries to take you out and takes out the entire Dark Brotherhood. And so you finally learn where the Emperor really is. And your job is to still go kill him. And if you say the right things in the first dialogue before you go out, it'll give you the option to kill Morrow. So I went to the docks, snuck up there, went on a mountain, dropped down to a warehouse roof, and then went to the patio, so overlooking this dock as it goes straight out from me, out towards the water.
Right.
And Morrow is sitting there, halfway down the docks, probably a good 200 or 300 yards away. So I take my shot. I aimed a good distance above him because the arrow drop is real in the game like it should be. And I did nail him on my first shot, but it didn't kill him. So he comes looking for me a little bit and then starts booking it the opposite way down the dock, just hauling butt until I start taking my aim and going higher and higher and higher, waiting for my shot, and then he goes right behind a beam that was crossing my path, so I could not see him at all. So I aimed above the beam and just loosed. And it took maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and I hear this, ugh! And I get the kill mark for killing Morrow. It was just crazy. It's one of the hardest shots you can do in that kind of scenario is someone running away from you. Running towards you is easy. It's easy to adjust that. But when they're running away from you, it's a lot harder of an adjustment because they're going to continue to go further away.
Right.
So I went down.
Not to mention you're shooting like Wanted style, curving your arrow
over this beam, launching it. I go down there to find his body, and it was on the dock, so I figured he fell in the river. So I jumped in the river and looked all around. And of course, there's a current, so I went down the current and I found his body floating there, face up in the river, with an arrow sticking out of his mouth.
No, dude!
I shot him right in the back of the head.
You posted that on Discord. You posted that in Discord.
Yep,
that's amazing.
It was one of the wildest shots I've ever done, and I wanted to. I wish I would have recorded that so much. I did take out the Emperor. I recorded that. It was terrible. I did terrible, but it was a cool final shot to kill the Emperor, so I posted it on Discord too. But I have an absolute blast being back in Skyrim. It's crazy. It's like a whole new game for me.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna continue playing.
That's awesome. I got a buddy of mine. That's all he plays.
It's amazing.
He won't try. I tried to get him into. I tried to get into Starfield. He's been playing Skyrim since 2011, and that's it. He's like Mossy with Starfield. Like he's like that's what he plays. That's it.
Done everything in the game 15,000 times, and they don't care. They do it again.
Right. Yep, exactly.
And there's so much new content with all these creations and everything like that it's gonna be keeping me busy for a long time.
Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Well, that's all I got. I could go into more detail, but we're running low on time. This is a long episode.
Yeah. It will be a little bit longer, yeah.
So we're going to wrap that up here. Have a fantastic week out in the Bethesdaverse, everybody.
Peace.